Good morning. I'm Haridas Chandran from Belfry High School. I'll be discussing about the implementation of modern classroom at my school for my physical science class. Now, so what is a modern definition of modern classroom is? It's a model that serves students at all levels, understanding both inside and outside the classroom. It is divided into three different sections. One is the blended instruction, self-paced structures, and the mastery-based grading. So in the blended instruction, students access content through teacher-created videos. The self-paced structure, students control the pace of their own learning. And the mastery-based grading, it's students progress from one lesson to the other when they demonstrate mastery. So I was really fortunate to be selected to attend this summer institute. It was for 4 weeks, and in those 4 weeks, we learned how to create a mastery check, instructional videos, self-pacing plan, learning design, and so also when we completed all those things, we at the end we submitted the entire lesson plan for so that we'll be in a position to carry out for the entire year. We also had different sections that we can attend to improve the information about classroom design, and also how and collaborate with other mentors to make it easier for us to continue this process for the entire year. So so first we decided using the mastery check. So this visual gives you information about what does a mastery check looks like. So for each and every lessons, we want to know whether the students have understood, mastered their lessons. So we give them mastery check. So these are type of questions that it's not a direct one. It has to, they have to understand the concept really well and then go beyond what they've learned. So that helps us to see, to give us an idea about whether they've mastered, so they can go to the next lesson. We also created a video, instructional video, so that students can
Good morning.
listen.
Today I'll be
They can look at the lessons even at home, and then when they come to the class, they can start working on the assignments. If there are any questions, we can help them. Some of the lessons also contain concepts of scalars and vectors. So they will just go through. I've also included some other YouTube. So that YouTube information or lessons, so that not only me telling them exactly about the concepts, somebody else also gives them the information. So looking at the structure of learning targets, we have divided that into three main categories. One is the must do. So in every learning target, there are certain sections that they have to do so that they can do well on their mastery check. Some of them are the simulations that they can aspire to do, and then there are some that they should do to master those lessons, so that they can move on to the next one. So for the learning design, created my classroom into different different areas. So the first one gives you something about how they are seated, so that they can collaborate with other students. They can choose their own partners and sit down and discuss and then work on those. If they need some help, they can come to my teacher station, so that they can get the concepts. If there is any problem within their group, they can come to me and then discuss and understand the concepts. And also for the mastery checks they're going to take, they have to come individually and complete the work. And also have a lab. Every learning unit has got one or two labs that they can complete using my lab or in my classroom. This gives you a view of my lab, and all the uh, equipments are kept in a place so they can go and then take it out and then do the assignments. So we used Canvas as a learning management system. They have created a home for my physical science class, where you have modules about a teacher, gives information about the teacher and also the syllabus, and also some of the information that they like to know when coming to the class or before they can check. I also made the modules are divided into different lessons, so they can go and then click on those and then complete. And every once they finish it, they will have a quiz to check the mastery, and if they're mastered, and they can go to the next lesson. This is how it is. It has been planned. So this gives you some of the activities the kids, the students were doing in the lab as well as in the class. So this is visual that some of the labs, they have only given equipments and they have to come up with their own ideas. This gives you about Newton's second law, and they have constructed their own labs. This one, students, interaction of students interacting, three of them doing a lab on momentum. So I found that hands-on activities are they can work together, but I found it very difficult for them to go beyond certain informations to master their concepts. So that I found it is because of the last year we did, mostly it was virtual, and there was a lot of loss in learning due to the pandemic. So I found that the understanding about the basic fundamental concepts they lacked, and also comprehension was very, very poor. So they cannot, when I give them some notes, they cannot comprehend or problem solving, they cannot understand, and lack of motivation, because last year most of them didn't do well. I think it is because they're not following the directions, and they are looking for every information to be spoon-fed, and also they have a tunnel vision of not going beyond to understand the concepts. So because of these, as well as we had we had only a week of class in the beginning, and then we had problems with the pandemic, so we have to get into virtual learning for 2 weeks, and then 1 week we had completely closed. The schools are closed, so that gave the students less motivate, and also to continue the modern schools program, a debacle, I should say. So what I've done is I've just stopped continuing this modern schools program, and then went back to teaching the old method. The reason is I want them to have a very good basic fundamental concepts that will help them to build, and then to comprehend, as well as to motivate them to do the learning targets really well. So I'll be continuing this in the second semester. Hopefully, I've seen some improvement now, and they're still using the Canvas. So I strongly feel that the second semester will be a good uh, beginning of to continue this program. So I'll be talking about this in the spring semester. Hope I will have some more excellent results to show that the classroom program is modern schools program is working for our students. These are students whom I haven't seen last year. They came from 10th grade. So I didn't have any idea about these students' ability, as well as most of them were in virtual. And this is not, it's not this for students who are not very good in science, this class. So my plan of continuing next semester will help them to do well next year using this program. I'd like to thank KVIC for selecting me to participate in the Modern Classroom Summer Institute. Learned a lot. And also I'd like to thank the Board of Education to be part of the KVIC, to avail the opportunities provided by KVIC. And also I'd like to appreciate my administration for providing us valuable support to participate and carry out the work in our classroom.